Oh, so I'd like to welcome everyone that hopped on the stream today. So what we're gonna go over is our Forex pairs for the week. So really quickly, I just want to check: did the market open yet? Yeah. So I heard that there was gonna be some gaps happening this week, but I doubt it. Yeah, so that's fine. All right. So what I always like to do is I like to take a look at the market and see if we get any gaps, right? I like to take a look at the market and see if we get any gaps. I really hate gaps when they happen because it just makes everything all over the place for you. So what I like seeing is if there's no gaps, and that's a really good Monday. That's a good start for the week for me. So right here, as you can see, absolutely zero gaps at all. So that's lovely, right? Then what I like doing is I like taking a look at the DXY. Now, as you guys know, the DXY did bits last week, right? The DXY absolutely melted, right? We also had NFP last week, so everything was kind of a bit all over the place, you know. We had a lot of manipulation on our Friday call. I'm pretty sure we had a Friday call, right? And what I went over is how NFP affected the market, right? How it affected the market and how we had some sort of manipulation, especially on GU and EU, and I showed how that worked out and how NFP kind of tricked people to go to one side of the market, and then boom, few hours later, it dropped and, you know, pushed DXY down, causing your USD and GU to go up. So as we always like to look, we like to look at the daily time frame. Now, as you can see, we are kind of forming this wedge, right? Just down, we have a downtrend right here on the DXY, right? Trending like that, and then we have some up like here. This kind of is a bit messed up because I think we had some sort of a gap. Then what we pointed out last week was this area right here, right? So this very reactive area, as you can see here. So on the daily time frame, this was previous resistance, right? So as you can see, previous resistance here, previous resistance around this area. Well, not really, but you know, it was reactive around this kind right here, and then boom, broke through that resistance, came back down, and the previous resistance became our newly found support. So we had this nice support right here, right? So if we take a look at this week, once again, just like last week, for me, I'd like to see what happens on the Monday, right? I'd like to see what happens on the Monday. So once again, the DXY for me didn't break this trend line, right? It didn't break out, so I'm still not looking for the DXY to push down. In fact, right now, I'm still looking for the DXY to push up, because as we take a look here, we have our institutional candle, right? So our last down candle before the up move. So to be honest, right now, I'm more convinced on the buys for DXY, right? I'm looking for DXY to push up than lower, unless we see a breakdown here. Now, what I do see is one wave up here, right? So one push up here, and then we can start looking for big sells, right? So this is like a small buy for a big sell, and then we can start looking for a price to push down here, right? So a small wave for a big long wave, and that's what I'm looking for. But if price does end up not creating that wave up, right? So if it doesn't create that market structure up, gives one leg up, then if it breaks completely clean through this area right here, then we can start looking for sells straight away, right? All we need to do is look for a pushback up, right? So let's see if it breaks through here. All we look for is a retest on that area, boom, and then we look for lower prices, right? And then we can target this area right here. But still, DXY has kind of still put us in the same position as last week, right? Last week we were around this area. All it did was create a leg higher, which forced GU and EU to come down. And then what did it do? Boom. Touched this trend line, found dynamics resistance around this area, and it's dropping here. So what I'm looking for again is to find support around this area, push up, and sooner or later, as this wedge gets tighter and tighter, price is going to break out either to the upside, which means that we're going to target this candle right here, this area, and then go down long, or it breaks out and then we get a retest back and down, right? So that's what I'm looking for on the DXY currently. And if you guys have any pairs that you want me to go over, and if you have any questions, make sure to drop it down in the live chat as well. We can definitely get we can definitely take a look. Right, so if we are, so as I said, guys, so if we are looking for buys on the DXY from this area, then obviously we're looking to sell GU. But if price breaks out here, then we're looking for buys. Now I'm going to give you two scenarios as well here, because I don't know, the DXY just hasn't been really nice to me these past 2 weeks. I'm still kind of indecisive on it. I do want to see what a Monday gives to me first, right? So a lot of times I do my analysis on a Sunday, but ends up switching on the Monday, right? So I do like to take a look at the Monday, and the Monday kind of usually gives me the gist of what the week is going to play out like, right? So as we saw on the DXY last week, we kind of got this bullish candle, and then I knew, okay, yeah, the rest of the week is going to play out bullish. Then we had the midweek reversal, and price dropped when I touched that resistance up there, right? So I'm going to give you guys two scenarios that could play out. We have G right here on the 4 hour. Now, NFP last week, what happened? We got the last bearish candle before the big up move. We had this nice big FU candle, right? Wick down below this area of support and liquidity, right? And it cleared all our liquidity right beneath these lows, right? Just like so. Boom, cleared that liquidity. What did it do? Price absolutely shot up, right? Price came back down, retested this candle, absolute beautiful to the pip entry. Whoa, price is playing around that area. Did you see that? What was I talking about? Right, touched that right to the pip entry, and boom, price pushed up beautifully. And this was during NFP right here, right? So what could we be looking for? We can be looking for this, right? This last down candle before the up move, and get an entry on a buy here. Do you think the DXY to create a lower low? Possibly, right? Possibly if it breaks out, but just seeing the way it's kind of consolidating right here, I don't really know if it wants to create a lower low now or not. You know, and we're really at a strong area of support right here, but this area has been touched so many times, so you know it kind of could get weaker, and probably expecting, like, when the DXY is going to move next, it's going to be big, right? It's going to be a big push down, or it's going to climb up here, then boom, big push up. So we're expecting a big move after all this consolidation, right, for a very long time. We definitely would want to expect a big move next, right? So as I was saying, we can take a look at a buy for GU right from this last down candle before the up move, getting on a beautiful entry right here. Take a fib tool from low, right? I take a look from this wick up to this high, right? Doesn't line up beautifully with the 71 area, but it's very close, right? So it's under the equilibrium area here, right? So beautiful price to buy from, right? Discount areas, that's where you want to be looking, down here, right? Do you set a pending? Yeah, so sometimes I do like to set a pending, sometimes I like to market execute, right? A lot of times pending orders might miss, right? So honestly, like, let's see, the stop loss on this is going to be small, 25 pips, beautiful stop loss. What you could do is just set the pending up here, right? I usually like this, the open of the candle. What I like doing is I like putting my my buy limit like 4 pips above, because you always have to count for spread, right? You always have to count for spread. Not only that, you have to count for price not coming exactly to the opening of the candle, because sometimes it doesn't do that, right? Sometimes it just goes off the wick and pushes off. But to be honest, because it's the Sunday, I'm really not going to get into this trade even if it hits. I want to see what happens on a Monday, because a lot of time what happens on a Monday, guys, is that kind of pull back and then a push to the proper real direction of the market. So for example, if we're expecting the market to be bullish on the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right, then that Monday might give us a kind of a bearish pullback, right, to set us off for the week, right? So it's like a slingshot, you know, you have to kind of pull the slingshot back, and then boom, you let it go and it goes into the direction you want, right? So that's kind of what I'm looking for on GU. And I want to take a look at the daily right here, see what's happening. Right, so as you can see, boom, we're kind of taking a look at this area as well, right? So what do we have? Still in a bullish trend channel, something like that, right? And then we had that last up candle before the down move, which was our institutional candle, and you could have sniped a sell right here, guys, last week, right? So you could have sniped it for a couple of pips, you know, but overall I wouldn't have tried to go for a lower low unless I saw the lower low forming. So right here, you know, that went for over like, boom, right here, right? So honestly, I would have literally scalped this, to be honest. I would have aimed for this right here. Why? Because price came up, created that big candle, created a lot of imbalance. You want price to come back down. What does it do? It tests that resistance right here, right? Boom, touches here, and you would have caught like 30 pips, I'm pretty sure, something around that anyways. And boom, that would have been a nice sell, right? So 50 pips, nice sell that you could have gone in on there. Taking a look at GA, nothing on GA. Now what I do expect is to start buying GA. Now if GU goes up and AUD USD drops, and that's what I'm looking for, right? I'm looking for AUD USD weakness, right? AUD weakness, so that's what I'm looking for. On GA, I'm looking for this area here. So if you take a look at this area, very, very strong area of support right here. And where's my tool? Right. Take a look at the 4 hour. Right, so we have this area of consolidation. And now here's what we look for, guys, right? So what I'm looking for on GA, as I said, we usually like to get a pullback before the initial move. So what I wouldn't be surprised to see is one more trick down, trick the sellers, right? Creates an expansion and then a direction up. And then boom, touch back. Somewhere, probably institutional can be created here. And then for price to start pushing up higher here. Why? Because as we all know, guys, we usually get the contraction, right? The contraction is where all the liquidity gets built up. We have the stop losses being created here because people are selling. They're placed the stop losses here, right? We have the stop losses being created right down here. Gotta delete all this, you know. Here's a quick tip: click Control Z when you're drawing. Boom, delete this straight away. It's a lovely move that I found out like 2 weeks ago, right? Stop loss is sitting down below here. Boom. Right, liquidity. So what does the market have to do? It has to come down, boom, clear the liquidity that's down here, and then it has to go up, clear the liquidity that's down here. So if you're expecting the market to be bullish, then you're looking for the expansion move to be bearish, right? And most of the time what happens is that the institutional candle is going to be somewhere around this expansion move, and that's when you look for the retest, right? Look for the retest on that, and it's going to come back to an area of threshold, right? So if we usually take a look at this consolidation, this high to this low, what I usually like to come back is to 50%, right, of this consolidation, or it's going to come back to the open of the candle of the institutional candle. So it depends. Can I give a trade suggestion? Yeah, of course. Shoot it in the comments and I'll take a look at it and, you know, analyze and see what's up. Right, so as you saw, guys, we had a trade in GBP CAD. I had this marked up, but it seems like it already triggered and it's flying up beautifully right now. But fear no less, because we can obviously get another re-entry if it does end up being a move. Now, to be honest, overall, I still look at GBP CAD to be bearish, right? But I could, you know, this could be like a quick buy to sell scenario. What you could be looking for is this last institutional candle before the up move, right? So we had this institutional candle right here, right? Big wick. This took out the liquidity, right? So same exact example that I showed you guys that I was talking about, right? So what do we have here? If we take a look at GBP CAD, literally exactly what I just said a while ago about the 3 market phases: the contraction, right? Liquidity being built up, stop loss on top, stop loss on the bottom, down the expansion, big move down, tricks everyone. Everyone sees this huge bearish candle, and boom, what do they think? Oh, it's a breakout. Especially in the smaller time frames, there's people that do that. Boom, they trade the breakout, they're trying to sell. Boom, it gives them a couple of bearish candles. Everyone's in now. Dun. What does price do? Comes up. Here's more manipulation. This is like a crazy good example. So take notes on this. Even take a screenshot, because this is like textbook right here. What does it do? Price comes back up. Remember, this support, right? What are you taught? That the support, broken support, comes newly fresh resistance, right? And this would be the resistance area, just like that, right? So they'd be looking at this resistance area. So what do? Comes back up, touch that resistance, creates a bit more bearish candles. At this point, they're convinced that the price is going to start going down, right? They're convinced that they're going to sell, and that's exactly what they do, right? They're going to start selling, then boom, gives them a few bearish candles, boom, smacks them completely, and it gives us our initial direction, which was the buy, right? So the sell was the trick, the what you call it again, the expansion. And then boom, the trend, right? Just like so. And what did I say? In the expansion area that we just marked out, guys, if we take a look at the 1 hour, funnily enough, this expansion area that we marked out is our institutional candle, and it did exactly just that, guys. So I can't even talk today, honestly. Right, so came back down and it touched the open of the candle. Absolute boom. You couldn't get more accurate than this trade right here. And as you can see right now, it's flying up. Now we missed it, but it's all cool. Like, we can still get an entry on it again. Right here, this last down candle before the up move. Because what do I say? The candle that usually ends up mitigating out of the initial institutional candle becomes an institutional candle itself, right? So the last down candle before the up move. So you can always, if you always miss an entry, guys, it's simple, because you can always get a re-entry off, for example, a candle like that, right? A new institutional candle, or you can get an entry off the 15-minute time frame, because remember, the market just doesn't push up one big, huge leg, right? It comes back down, creates a higher low, a higher high, right? Lower high, higher high, etc., etc., right? So, on the other hand, guys, what I was looking for on the 4 hour on GJ was this area right here, right? So I was taking a look at this last up candle before the down move, right? Beautiful entry right here. Now, unfortunately, this went off exactly off the wick. It didn't come up to the open. We missed it, but it's fine. We can still try and find an entry off it. Now, this depends, guys, on what the DXY gives us. So as you can see, we're kind of buying GU. We're kind of selling GJ. We'd have to see what price gives us. To be honest, I'd be more inclined to buy GJ at this point, right? Or if it does start selling off, what we just aim for here, and then I can see a big leg up, right? Something like that, and then boom, boom, boom. That's what I'd be looking for. So if you take a look at the 4 hour time frame, why did we also take a look at this area? As you can see, very, very strong reactive area right here, right? So as you can see, lots and lots of wicks, lots of price action in this area. Look at this resistance, right? We have the support right here. Boom, very, very reactive area. Now what we could have aimed for as well on the 4 hour time frame was this candle, right? So this last bullish candle before the down move. Unfortunately, still missed you. You're not in. But we can always wait for some sort of institutional candle to be created on the 1 hour, and then we are able to get in then, right? But for all I know, price could want to push off from this area, right? Could want to come down all the way down here and then push up. To be honest though, I don't actually see any good candles. Like, this is very dirty price action to me. I'm not playing it. I'm not staying. I'm not gonna stick my head in there, right? But what I will do is wait for some clear price action to tell me to get in. But obviously, there's plenty of other pairs. Now, what I'm itching to get through is Usd Mxn. Now, I think I'm like the only person on YouTube that actually goes over this pair, but I absolutely love this pair. It's freaking crazy. It pays so well, especially if you have a small account, right? And you're trying to flip it. This is the pair to go for, right? It's gonna, like, on a 0.02 lot, I've been able to catch hundreds and hundreds of pips. But it's crazy. So if we take a look at the daily on Usd Mxn, we've had this wedge pattern for quite a while now, as you guys saw. Right, we went over this on the last call, and something like this. And I was telling you guys, we're gonna wait for a breakout somewhere, either a breakout up or a breakout down, right? And we got that, right? So as you can see here, price retest is this area. This was last week, and then price started pushing down. Now I know a lot of people are trying to buy off this area, including me, right? I was trying to buy up here and I messed up because I was trying to just follow this 1 hour trend. It ended up clapping me. I tried to go for it one more time from this area, and it did just that. Went for a couple of pips, but boom, the minute it clapped me around this area, I knew that's it. We're looking for sells on Usd Mxn. I know some other people are trying to buy off this area, and yeah, that was not me. That was a no-go for me. From there on, I was looking for sells, and we did actually. We caught a nice, beautiful sell, I think, around this area. Now, it was kind of a late entry. It was like more of a scalp, but we were able to catch a good few pips off it, like good 70 pips, something like that. So we were able to catch that. But now, what are we looking for? We saw that breakout on this trend line up here, right? So we saw a breakout. From here on out, we're looking for sells on Usd Mxn. So I'm looking for this to drop, right? What's good, bro? How you doing? Right, so I'm looking for price to drop around this area. Now, all I want is a retest around this area, right? Either this trend line push down then, or on the daily candle time frames, right? We have this last up candle before the down move, right? So this institutional candle right here, and that's where I could be looking to sell from. So from this area right here. Boom, boom. So that's what I'm looking for in Usd Mxn. So for now anyways, guys, We're looking for sells on USD Mxns. No more buying. That's it. I'm done. I'm staying out of the buying for now. Right. So CAD CHF for a sell around 0.6. To be honest, I don't even think I have CAD CHF here. I do, but I don't really trade them pairs because they're very what's wrong with my computer? It's not loading my YouTube up. It doesn't pay well, right? I really trade only euros, GBPs, MXN, and sometimes gold, right? But I do tend to stick out of USD CHF, AUDs. Yeah, I trade AUD USD, for example. I don't trade AUD CHF. I don't trade a USD. I don't trade AUD CAD. I do trade USD CAD, which I have a trade that I'm just going to go over right now. Right, so you did mention that you wanted to sell, right? Let me actually take a look around where you wanted to sell. 69935. So you're looking for this area. Why are you looking for that area specifically? Maybe you're looking here? I'm gonna guess that you're looking at this area here. Is there anything on the daily maybe that's causing you to sell for now? Or maybe you're looking at the 50% of the candle. There's actually so much options here, I actually don't know. So you're either looking at 50% of the candle. I'm guessing that you are looking at 70% of the candle. But personally, I probably would wait until this area here, right? So this last up candle before the down move. Right, but we're going to have to see what price does. Anyways, if you are looking to sell here, good on you, because I'm looking to buy on USD CAD, so same thing. So what I am looking for, guys, is to buy USD CAD. As you can see, we have a really strong area of support. Last time I tried to create a lower low, it didn't. It created a double bottom, so failed right here, created an area of support. That's where we look to buy from. Right, even though this is a downtrend, right, it is a downtrend, but I do want to see price play from this area, you know, and at the end of the day, it's only 25 pips. If we do end up getting clapped, who cares? It doesn't matter, you know, because you can always get into the sell. If you miss it, boom, just jump into the sell. Then, you know, don't just jump in, obviously see a setup, you know, and make sure it's a good high probability setup. Then you can get in. I feel like people care too much, they analyze too much, you know. If you feel like it's going to buy up from here, just drop it. At the end of the day, if you're using small lots, right, if you're using small lots, and to be honest, I know everyone doesn't want to use small lots. No one wants to use small lots because, you know, they're trying to make big money. It doesn't work. You know, I've been able to make big money using big lots, and I've been able to make the same amount of money using small lots. And what's better? The small lots. Because, for example, if you're in 10 small lot trades, right, one of them goes wrong, it's literally going to be like a little dent. But if that one big trade goes wrong, then, you know, it's a really 50% chance at this point. So what I am looking for is the buy on USD CAD this area and see what happens then. Boom. So yeah, so as I said, if we were looking for DXY to push down, push up, right, off that support area, we're looking for a buy. If price ends up breaking out for DXY, then obviously we're going to be selling USD CAD for days, right? But that all depends on the DXY after all. Euro USD expectations, I already went over that, bro, didn't I? Did I go over USD, guys? My mind's gone, trust me. But USD is the same as GU for me. Honestly, it's the same thing. What I could be looking for if this area doesn't play out, I had this marked up now, but what I forgot, right, is that, as I said, we usually get this kind of pull back before the big push up. So to be honest, that pull back for me is going to be this area instead on a 2-hour time frame. So definitely some imbalance right here to fill in here. Sorry guys, not feeling the best today, but it's good. We move right, so this area here, last time candle before the up move, open of the candle, 20 pips stop loss, and just aim for this high right here. So 79, nice. 4 to 1 risk to reward, and boom, absolute beautiful trade, to be honest. 71 beautifully lines up, OTE. So yeah, I'm really liking this trade. If it does come down here, definitely gonna buy the shit out of this. Yeah, so as you can see, Euro USD found support around this area. We had this trend line and it found it again here. Right, so that looks kind of good to me. Yeah, I actually do see USD coming up higher. Imbalance. Nice bullish candle. Now this is kind of like a, could have been a continuation candle, but just the way it closed like this could be a sign of reversal candle. But honestly, there's just so much ways you can take a look at this. I'm staying out for now until I see a clear move, but I'm still kind of indecisive on it right now. But you know, here's the thing: you don't always have to have a clear bias, right? Don't marry your bias. Have two biases. Always have two biases. Look where you could sell, right? The first thing you could be looking at, where can I sell from, and where can I buy from. Now, as you can see, we have this 100 MA right here. Price broke above that 100 MA, and it could be retesting it down from the top, right, and then pushing up higher off it, just like that. So price currently is above the 100 MA, so I'd like to see what happens. Now, this is only the hour. I like to see the 4 hour above the 400 MA first, above the 100 MA before actually doing or seeing anything, right? Also, guys, if you haven't already, make sure to drop a like on this video, and make sure to share it to any of your friends. Share the link if they want to hop on, you know, see some Forex shit. Here, GBP. Yeah, I don't really like anything on this pair right now. It is finding a lot of support here though. This trend line. Any other pairs that you guys want me to go over? Any questions that you guys have? Make sure to drop them down, and I'll be sure to answer them. But so far, I don't really. Trying to see if I can find any more setups. Alright, USD JPY, I have been looking at this, and I do see a sell opportunity from this area and here, right? So this level, no clear entry right now, but I know that should be selling off from this level soon. But that depends on DXY after all. Right, so that's what I'm seeing. Euro JPY, same thing. Right, so we had this area. Should be selling off from this area now. Boom. Even higher. Could be here actually. Right. So if you guys have any pairs setups that you'd like me to go over, make sure to drop it now, and I'm free to do it. Also, if you guys are interested in receiving more of these calls and receiving their signals, make sure to hit me up on Telegram after this call, and we can get you set up for a great looking week. We also provide a copy trader if you're interested in getting on that. Then make sure to reach out to me. I don't think anyone has any setups. The whole chat's gone silent, or it's my YouTube acting up and I actually can't see your chat. Let me see. Yeah, no, so my YouTube isn't acting up. Right, so is there any questions that you guys have in specific to anything? I'm guessing no. How's ADJPY looking? I'll take a look. Take a look right now. Actually, yeah, I didn't go over AD. Thank you for reminding me. Right, so what I am looking for ADs is, at the moment I'm looking for sells, right? So around this area, I'm looking for sells, and I do see a big drop on ADs in general. Let me take a look at the daily. Yeah, so I do think that AD should start dropping now. Now, unfortunately, it did create a big drop down. Didn't break this low. Found support up here, and it shot up higher, right? But I'm gonna give it another go, and I do think that we should be selling around this area right here, right? You trade USD CAD? Yep, of course. USD CAD's a lovely pair. This area should be dropping now soon. ADSD, same thing, right? So we are up at this level, and it's actually dropping ADSD, right? So if you take a look at this area, boom, last up candle before the down move. I did call this out, I'm sure last week, guys. I'm not even sure if anyone got in. Right, so you can aim for these lows. This candle right here, right? Stop loss above here. You would be in profit right now, right? So you could look to sell from here. Kind of created a double top. Right, create a double top right here. So to be honest, I could be looking for sells on ADSD, and I do see a big long sell on this, right? Look for price to drop all the way down here, right? Alright, that's pretty much it. I don't think I have anything else that I want to go over for now. Maybe gold. Probably buys on gold. This area here. Last up candle before the down move. Boom. look for higher prices on gold. Now I do know do any of you guys trade Bitcoin? Because I have heard of there's supposed to be a big move happening, some sort of news event happening on Bitcoin, and I think it's gonna like crash it down, but then it's gonna be very, very good for buy setups on Bitcoin. So I did hear of that. Now if you take a look at Bitcoin's actually really melting at the moment. I know actually a good few of the team members bought Bitcoin are in this area, right? So let me actually bring that up. He did very well. So our team's absolutely killing it, guys, right? So as you can see, 86 members in our group, guys, and it's growing every single day. So if you want to be part of this group, boom, hit me up. But we did have one of the members get in right here, right? So as you can see, he got into this trade entry right here, and boom, caught a beautiful buy on Bitcoin. So that paid him well, as you can see, and prices just shooting up on Bitcoin. Bitcoin did an absolute dirty drop right here, and to be honest, I do think that Bitcoin is going to drop even more, right down all the way even to like the 650s, right? So this area 6,000, especially next week, guys, there's going to be an absolute dirty drop. Exactly, it's happened in the past shortly after it booms like crazy, exactly, and that's going to be the perfect investment to start buying Bitcoin. Because honestly, yeah, people think, oh, it's too late to buy Bitcoin, you know, it's at 10k at the moment, whatever, it's too late to buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin, guys, is going to absolutely, it's crazy, right? It's going to be the future. Bitcoin is going to go up to the 50,000. I wouldn't even be surprised if it absolutely flies this year. It's going to be crazy. So honestly, if you're looking for a long-term investment, Bitcoin is the way to go, because Bitcoin is the future, man. Cryptocurrency is the future, and so much people are scared to invest in that shit. But that's the way to go, Bitcoin. Trust me. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Anyways, here's our course if you wanted to get access to all this. So as you can see, we have the fundamentals, we have the advanced section on our course. You know, everything's laid out for you nicely, teaching you straight from the introduction all the way to advanced stuff, and learning how to analyze exactly like me and a lot of other members in our group. So that's pretty much it for this live stream. I hope you guys gain some value, and I hope everyone has a successful trading week. As I said, if you're interested in hopping on our group, make sure to message me on Telegram, and we'll get you set up in the next hour. So as I said, thank you guys so much for listening in, and I hope everyone has a good week. See ya.